Les Cotton, what is your story?
Well, 8 years ago, I came to Lifeline-connect. My life was destroyed by addictions. I ruined a nursing career, 2 DUIs, 2 overdoses, and this program transformed my life. And now I have the opportunity to be able to give back to a program that gave so much to me.
Wow. So how'd you get involved in drugs?
Well, it really started in college, just with the party scene. Prescription drugs was my drug of choice, and it just got a hold of my life, and it got to the point to where I could not get out of bed in the morning unless I had those prescription drugs in my system.
They say when you hit the rock bottom is when you seek help. What was your rock bottom?
My rock bottom was ruining my nursing career. And the last overdose, a week in ICU, should not have made it out. I knew that I needed to change my life.
Michael Savage, what is your story?
My story is I come from the city of St. Louis, and I came off the streets there. I got involved with drugs and alcohol as a young man, and a prescription drugs led to a heroin addiction, and it robbed everything in my life. I was sent to prison and was charged with multiple charges for drugs and was released, and I wound up homeless on the streets of St. Louis, Missouri. I used to be that guy that would stand there holding a sign and begging people for money, and that's when I found Lifeline-Connect.
Wow, how'd you find Lifeline?
I found Lifeline-Connect. I had been through multiple treatment centers in the state of Missouri, and I had been through other treatment centers, and I ran into a guy who told me about Lifeline-Connect in Urbana, Illinois, and I had never even heard of Urbana before, and it was a faith-based program, and I had tried everything else out there but a faith-based program, and they gave me a try, and they told me to pack all my stuff, and I got on a Greyhound bus, and I never looked back.
Unbelievable. Brenda, why is Lifeline connecting with people when other programs have not?
I think it's the getting to the core issue of their success, of why they use. We could lock them up, put them in somewhere, and they could get sober. But to really it's faith-based, it's Jesus-based, and it's also we've learned how to help them get to why they're using the drugs.
Wow. And so, Les, I mean, when you got involved and it was, faith-based, and did you have a religious background at all?
I did, but it was just something that I really did out of protocol, never really sought after God myself, and this time something was instilled in me as a young kid. Even though I really didn't have a close relationship with God, I saw his power at work in many people's lives as a young child being raised in church, so I knew how to reach out for
awareness
help.
But no connection.
Correct.
And Michael, did you have anything in your background that would told you about God? Or
No, I did not. I did not grow up in church or anything like that, but through the program and them giving me a chance, that's when I was introduced, to the faith.
It's amazing, the feeling and the peace that both of you exude this morning based on where you've been. And now you're going to climb a mountain. Tell me about that, Michael. What are you doing? What the heck are you doing?
Well, this Thursday and Friday, we are going to summit Mount Whitney, highest mountain in the lower 48.
And how high would that be?
14,505 feet.
Or 10,000 higher than I just climbed, and I couldn't go any higher than 4,300 feet. You guys doing 14,500?
22 miles round trip, over 6,100 feet.
Have you ever done
elevation.
anything like this?
I did Half Dome last year and Angel's Landing.
Well,
so
then you're pretty. Michael, have you done anything like this?
Not with that type of elevation, but with the mileage, yes.
Okay, all right. So you guys are going, and how do you pay for this? You need money?
They are paying for that all themselves. They are doing it to raise money.
Okay.
For Lifeline.
I see. For the program that has saved your life.
Yes.
You want to raise some money. So how can people give money for what you've done or what you're doing?
Well, Les came up with the title From the Valley to the Mountaintop.
Which is your story.
Yes, representing where their lives have came, and many other. We've had about 70 men over the last 10 and a half years. And so the idea is our dorm only houses 6 men. That's our max. They're in the program a whole year, okay?
Yeah.
It's intense. And so what they want to do is be able to reach back and give back to other men like themselves by us expanding the dorm to a dormitory that that 24 men can live. We've been approved, city's own, everything's done.
Sadly, you could use the space, right?
Oh, very much so.
Oh.
We want to come more local as well. We've actually reached men all over the United States and Canada and are ready now. Mayor is encouraging us to get to our own community, and that's what we're trying to do. So we're
Plenty
reaching.
of people in Champaign-Urbana that
Yes.
use Lifeline.
Right.
So how do people give, Brenda? What do they do?
What they can do, our goal is this. The guys are climbing 580,800 feet is what that's with 5 men.
Okay.
You know, if you figure up 22 miles at 5,280 feet
So
per
you
mile.
start at like 9,000 or something? Is that how you do it?
They're
you,
starting higher up.
You go to that point, and the hard climb's at the end. I mean, you got the lack of oxygen, all that other stuff up there. So you got about 6,000 feet. So what are you doing with the number?
So what we're trying to do with that number is pay for the dorm. It's amazing how it ended up to that amount. 630 is our total. We've already had donations. Troy Lance Heating and Air is doing all of the heating, plumbing, and air labor free of charge.
Troy Lance Heating, it doesn't surprise me.
Yes.
He's a good
and
man.
then we had another one, Andrew Fell, architect and design.
Yep.
They have done all the floor plans, all of that.
You're really
free of
growing.
charge.
You want to go from 6 to 24 beds.
Yes. And so the way to do that is a couple ways. Dollar per foot, but our real goal is businesses that would take on a mile. We need 110 $5,280 donations, and the dorm is built.
110 different donations at how much per?
5,280.
So you want 110 businesses at 5,280.
Or any individual, anybody can give $1 a foot. We have a little incentive going on.
$1 a foot, so it'll be $5,000, right?
Well, $1 a foot's 580,000, whatever.
Right.
But they can do $50. They can do $600.
They do a flat donation.
Any
too.
donation, any amount they want to do. We do have an incentive.
Okay.
The first 100 that donate 300 or more, we're calling that the 100-yard dash.
Mm-hmm.
$300 or more get a T-shirt.
All right.
And it's got the sponsors on the back, and it's got from the valley to the mountaintop
Super.
on the front. And it is all, we're a 501c3.
Okay.
So everything is tax deductible.
Okay.
Yes.
What website can they go to explore all this?
Okay. They can go to Lifeline-connect.org.
Yeah.
Razoo is a not-for-profit fundraiser that we're using that will show everybody where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And several teams. We have 13 teams that have joined so far. Anybody can do that. If you go to razoo.com, look for, and make sure to get these words, from the valley to the mountaintop. And you can put your tax-deductible donation right there. And you'll also see where we are on this
On the
climb.
goal, trying
It
to
will
get it
have a
done.
goal
Yeah.
and a climb. We would encourage businesses to join us.
Yeah.
My phone number is probably the best resource if you want to get involved or have questions, and that is 217-621-9649. One more thing I must mention you can do as our community is go to our Facebook page and like it. It is Lifeline-connect. There'll be a lot of videos, the Razoo promo. You'll hear a lot at our Facebook page.
How's your recidivism? I mean, we have 70, you said, that we've gone through. Have they hung in there?
Well, here's what it is. And we're going to put a video out there on Lifeline that your chief of police, our chief of police in Champaign, will hear from a lot more about the story.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a 70% success rate for those that stay connected, graduate,
Yeah.
and stay connected to...
Isn't that pretty
the
high?
resource.
7 out of
That's
10 is
very
pretty
high.
good for what?
Chief Cobb said it's the highest he's known.
Yeah, I've never heard of 7 out of 10. It's just a hard battle,
But
evil
that's not
devil.
every man of
Yeah.
all that come through because
Right.
some don't stay, some don't do what they need
to stay through it.
I will say this, Stevie J. If a man wants to make it, we have 100% success rate.
If you want to do it.
If you want to do it, that's why these
Michael, you came from the streets of St. Louis with no religious affiliation or anything. How did you do it?
Well, I was asked to be able to trust something other than myself. Even though I had a basic understanding of faith, I was able to trust in the men of God in my life who showed me the way. And in turn, I had an experience with God that changed my life.
Okay, it's God then.
Absolutely.
Because the other programs didn't work for you.
Yes, sir.
But you connected with God, and that was your difference. And same for you. I mean, you know, again, you're a different looking kind of drug guy, where you look collegiate and all these other things. Same thing. I mean, your connection with God.
Absolutely.
That was the difference in your life, right? I mean, you were able to find the Lord.
Yes.
And then surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a great story, guys. And listen, good luck with the climb. So it's Thursday, Friday? Next week?
Yes, it is.
Next week, Thursday, Friday. Well, you look in shape. Look like you're ready to go.
We're going to try to keep pictures. They're wearing GoPros and stuff, and we're going to try to put pictures on our Facebook page and things like that.
Pretty excited, are you?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Lifeline-connect, Razoo. You search from the valley to the mountaintop, and Brenda's number 621-9649.
Well, God bless you both, and congratulations on your journey. I mean, you've done great. I mean, it's really inspiring to see, folks that are really down there, and just you're holding signs, looking for any money to feed the addiction and all these other things. And it's inspiring when, our troubles, folks out there, they're late for work or they're doing there's nothing to what you guys have been through. I mean, it's really inspiring. Keep up your great work. And Brenda, thank you for what you're doing with Lifeline-connect. It's great stuff. Really appreciate it. ESPN 93.5, that's Les Cotton and Michael Savage, and Brenda Rogers, Administrative Director for Lifeline-connect, ESPN 93.5.